What's up, everybody? I'm Tyrik Wynn, and this is Tyrik on the Move. What's good, everybody, and welcome to another fantastic episode of Tyrik on the Move. I'm your host, Tyrik Wynn, and today we have another fantastic one for you. Man, the weather, it is beautiful. It is just grand. The weather has been great all week long. Last time we had that rain all week, and the week just got washed out, and now we have an amazing week. And talk about this day. It is such a beautiful day to be outside, which is why we decided to come and do the show outside once again. So amen to that for a beautiful day. Now let's go ahead and acknowledge our product placement for this show by Mr. Jaquarius Foles for his books on financial freedom and finances, empowering you with the knowledge of achieving financial freedom and bringing financial awareness to the community. And that's exactly what he's doing within his books. So make sure you all contact him below and make sure you support his business and support his books. Now it's time to get into What's Sizzling. And this week's What's Sizzling topic, man, we're still on the Democrats. Talk about Joe Biden. Wow, in the South Carolina primary, not only did he win, but he won big, yo. And let me tell you, this was just something that was just absolutely amazing. If I'm not mistaken, I think he won every single last county in the entire state of South Carolina. So he really did his thing, and he campaigned there really well. And now we're moving on to Super Tuesday, which is something that's going to be huge. And once Super Tuesday comes, Mike Bloomberg, he's going to be on the ballot. So we're actually going to get to see how this thing really plays out. And this is going to be something amazing to see. This is something we've been tracking for a long time. And I actually just want to go ahead and mention that you all want to stay tuned. Georgia votes on March 24th. So before that, I'll be releasing my interview with Tom Perez, who is the DNC chair. And we met at the Democratic debate, which is at Tyler Perry Studios, which was here a few months ago. So I'm going to release his interview very soon. Now it's time to get into our interview for this show. I went to 11 Alive News and sat down with the one and only Miss Francesca Amiker. And let me tell you, she is such an amazing individual. She's one of your favorite entertainment anchors here in Atlanta, Georgia, and she's on the A scene. She gets those interviews with Tyler Perry, had some interviews with Oprah. She's an amazing person, and she is a very exciting person to sit around and be around. So go ahead and enjoy this great interview with Miss Francesca Amiker. Hey everybody, we're here at 11 Alive News right here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm sitting down with the one and only Miss Francesca Amiker. Welcome to the show and welcome to Tyrik on.
This is so cool. Thank you so much for having me, Tyrik. I love the platform that you have. Being a sophomore at Georgia State University, and you are already an entrepreneur and paving your own path. This is awesome. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you, taking time to sit down with me, and I will say, it is early. I typically do not get up this early for interviews, so you could tell that you are something special.
I appreciate that. And I get up, 2 o'clock every morning? Wow. It's crazy to get here by 3 o'clock. So I appreciate you for being willing, and your parents for being willing to come and join us this morning.
Yes, absolutely. So tell me a little bit about, you're here at the news station. You've been to other stations.
Yeah.
How did your career get started?
How did it get started? So it's funny. So I actually went to school right here in Atlanta, Georgia, Chamblee Middle, Chamblee High School. We do a big Kittredge Magnet School. And then when I was in Chamblee High School, I said, okay, I got involved in an organization called Mock Trial. You know Mock Trial. It's all about like lawyers and stuff like that. My father always wanted me to be a lawyer, and I was very argumentative in a way where I wanted to see if I could prove my point to the best of my abilities with the facts that I was given. So I just knew that I was going to be a future lawyer. In fact, I had a shirt in high school that said future lawyer. Then, and I was in Mock Trial. Then by the time I got to Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee, I was in Professor English's class, and he teaches public speaking. Okay. And he was also on the side, like developing Vanderbilt television, which was not yet created. And he's like, you know what, Francesca, I want you to meet me for one of our clubs one day, one of our meetings. I'm like, Vanderbilt television, I wasn't really thinking about doing TV, but all right, I'll try it. Then I immediately fell in love. It was literally like we could do whatever type of show we wanted to. My show was called Francesca in the City, and I went around Nashville with my little camcorder, and I was going to like jewelry bead festivals. I was going to the what is it called? The museums. I was going to little bluebird cafes looking at musicians. And boom, there goes my love for TV. That's kind of how I got started.
Wow, yeah, we actually kind of have similar stories because I, you know, when I first got started, I walked around with like my Wendy's toy microphone, interviewing people. So like that's how it starts.
It's the art, it's the excitement for telling those stories. And then of course, you know, it's important to get the experience, which is also what I did in college as well. I was able to secure 12 different internships from country music television all the way to CBS Newspath in New York City.
They really liked you. Wow, that's huge.
12 different ones, yeah, all across the nation.
So yeah, you graduated from Vanderbilt.
I did.
You had some honors and stuff. So what was college life like?
Well, college, oh my goodness, it was very, you know, if I could do it all over again, and I don't believe in having any type of regrets, but college for me was very, very different than the average college student in that I was a constant leader, like nonstop, like every single day. You know, they wanted to pregame for like a party. Well, no, I couldn't because I had a sorority meeting. You know what I mean? Like I was president of my sorority, and then I was also in the business fraternity as well, so I was trying to balance that. It was a lot of leadership, which is good, but I did not exactly have that balance of like being very social. And then, you know, when my colleagues had free time, what was I doing? I was interning. I was going to the internship. You know, I remember News Channel 5 in Nashville. I was interning, and I had to get there like at 2 p.m. and I had the night shift. So I'd leave at midnight, and all the parties are like midway through. So I couldn't go, but it was more so proving that I could to myself, gaining those necessary experiences and those skills, because Vanderbilt was a liberal arts institution, so I didn't major in journalism.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was only majoring in communication, so I learned the game from internships.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, the internships teach a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, being in college, you know, you finished college, you graduated, then you got your first job in Michigan.
Yeah, I certainly did. And that wasn't an easy feat at all, Tyrik. Let me be honest with you. So yes, while at Vanderbilt, and I'm saying this for a reason, so keep up. So while at Vanderbilt, I had 12 internships. I was on like homecoming. I was top 10 senior. I had like all the accolades that you could think. Even in high school, Miss Chamblee High School, president of each class, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, had it all, right? Even got picked up by BET while I was at Vanderbilt. They asked me to do the BET Hip Hop Awards, which was like one of my first red carpets. And I'm like 19, right? In Atlanta. But here's where the kicker comes in. All those accolades don't mean anything, because as soon as I graduated from Vanderbilt University, which is known as the Harvard of the South, I had no job prospects at all. I had no job opportunities. I applied to over 400 small stations across the nation, sent out over 400 emails. Not one person got back to me. And this lasted for a year and 1 month, 13 months. It may seem like a long time to a lot of you, or maybe it may seem like a short time to you, but 13 months I had no opportunities, and I got depressed. I got so upset and so sad, and at the time, I'm living with mom and dad in Atlanta. Dad owned cemeteries, so I went to work with him, even though I'd never in a million years imagined myself selling plots, you know, for after people passed away. But I realized I gotta get out this funk. I gotta do something to show myself that you're worthy of continuing to live. You're worthy, no worries. Just because someone didn't give you an opportunity doesn't mean that you can't award yourself one. So for 13 months, I did not have a job. And so I should just say that to you, because when you graduate from college, you may not get that opportunity that you want. You may not get that dream job, but be willing to just continue to persist. Be willing to put your own content out there. If someone doesn't hire you, hire yourself. Put a show on every single week on YouTube. Put some type of content every single day on Instagram. Show that you're relevant. Show that you are ready, so that when that opportunity comes, you are ready and you are willing, you're eager, and you're ready for it. Like, because you took no days off. Me, I felt depressed for myself for like 6 months, and I did. But I want you to learn from my mistake.
Yeah, that's some good teachings, and I'm working on being more consistent with stuff, and that way, everything can flow good, and when that opportunity comes, I'm ready.
You will be ready. You will be so thankful and ready, and you're gonna be doing the darn thing in your market. I already know it, Tyrik.
Absolutely, yeah. I can't wait. I'm ready. So, you had that job in Michigan, then you went to a station in Jacksonville, and now you're here.
Yeah. So I just want to say thank you so much to Jam Sardar. He's actually the first person who saw me and hired me. Wow. Yeah, he hired me. Again, after 400 emails, Jam Sardar, who was in Bumble, nowhere, Michigan, Lansing, Michigan, no shade. But he hired me and gave me that chance as a morning reporter. So if you're interested in doing entertainment, I strongly suggest you seek out those opportunities that are morning shift, because you get to kind of do hard news and also that fun stuff as well. Yeah. In Lansing, Michigan, I was reporting at cowboy shows. I did a live shot from a helicopter, or I did a live shot from a helium, what is it called? That helium balloon? Hot air balloon. I was like thousands of feet up in the air, but all I'm saying is, I did a live shot in a parade, but I also reported on those house fires and those tragic car accidents as well. So it was a good mix. Then Jacksonville, Florida, as you mentioned, that was my second market. And I was able to really get my chops when it came to the news industry. That was my Harvard of my career, if you will, because I was able to be an investigative reporter, a crime reporter as well. And I literally, none of the news content that I touched allowed you to smile. It was all homicides, vigils, car crashes, fires, but it allowed you to remain calm under pressure. And that is one of the biggest plus qualities that we have as reporters and anchors.
Yeah, okay. Wow, hot air balloons, helicopters.
I know. But you're gonna go through all different phases when you start out. That's just the luck of the game, but it's just important for you to be dynamic and diverse with your storytelling.
Okay, sounds good. I like that. So, came to 11 Alive. Like, when you came, you were interviewing some Tyler Perry, Oprah.
Yeah.
What was it like being in their presence?
It's so funny because when I first started here, this is my hometown, so I was elated because I'm like, oh my goodness, mom and dad get to watch me every single morning. But I realized I had a job to do, and instead of being a fan, you have to be able to be there to tell a story. So as I'm there, my first interview, one of my first ones, I got here I think in August of, September of 2017. My first interview out the bat, Oprah Winfrey at the Ron Clark Academy. And I'm like, I'm gonna be able to touch her garment. Like, I'm gonna be able to smell her and see what she smells like in a room. Like, I was excited. But there's a story to tell. She's here, she's giving a big old check. She's supporting these children who are in these underserved communities, and that's the story there. Yes, Oprah Winfrey's involved, but don't forget why we're there to tell that story. But it was remarkable. She is just so kind, so warm. She feels like a big auntie when you touch her. Like, she was wearing something soft at the time, but it was just cool to be in the same room as Oprah, because you could just tell that she cares about you. She's like, what's your name? Where are you from? Okay, well, welcome. She welcomes you in. She has such a welcoming spirit.
Yeah, she's like real down to earth. I like her a lot. She needs to come to Georgia State.
She does need to come to Georgia State. Put that plug in there.
No.
She's constantly around. She was just here this weekend.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, for the
State Farm Arena 2020 Vision Tour.
That. Yeah. I was actually in the Pro Bowl for while she was
all right
there.
now.
So I missed her, but.
Okay now.
Yeah.
And then my other big interview was Tyler Perry, which I had so much fun interviewing him. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times. I think I've interviewed him now 5 times. So I will tell you this: as you grow with your journalism, there are certain things that happen that you'll never forget. For me, it was in October of 2019. This was just a few months ago, at the grand opening of Tyler Perry Studios. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right? I had the opportunity to not just be on that red carpet, but I was the only journalist there that was able to secure an interview with Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey at the exact same time. So it's all about rapport, and that the interview went everywhere. It was on CBS This Morning, Today's Show, Daily Blast Live, and it was one of the proudest moments in my career. And I tell it to everyone because there's a testimony here.
Yes.
And I'll be brief with it because Okay, you know how I am. All right. So Tyler Perry, I've talked to him a few times, and we've had, you know, some interviews. I've talked to him about Medea Boo 1, Boo 2, Nobody's Fool. And so on this particular day, Tyler Perry comes over, he's walking down the carpet talking to all these A-listers. And I'm like, golly, come on, I gotta get his attention. Everyone's yelling his name, right? It's Tyler Perry, it's his grand opening.
Yeah.
You know, Halle Berry's over here, Whoopi Goldberg's over here. And I'm like, Tyler, Tyler, Tyler. And he sees me, and because we have a rapport, and he respects my journalism, he goes, and he walks right over. Tyler Perry walks on over, and I'm like, yes, boom. Then I'm talking to him, how does it feel tonight? How you know, you did this, go you. And then he goes, he stutters and he looks over, he goes, Oprah. And I go, oh no. I'm like, Tyler, I've talked to you 5 times already. You can, and we need you to move out the way. We need Oprah to come over here. I'm like, Oprah. I'm like, Tyler, get your friend. So I say, Tyler, get your friend. And he goes, Oprah, Francesca with 11 Alive. Oprah wasn't doing really any interviews. She sachets on over and she's like, Tyler, I'm so proud of you. And at that moment, I just said, you just have to know what you want. You have to believe in yourself and you have to go for it. Because so many journalists probably said, and they put a mental jail on their minds. They said, ooh, that's Oprah Winfrey. She's probably not going to talk to anybody. So let me not even ask for her, not even yell her name. She comes over and she goes, what I love about Tyler is he did it his way. He did it his way. He didn't wait for Hollywood to open the gates. He did it his way. And I will never forget that because it's all about paving your own path. It's all about creating your own trail. Blaze it yourself. And my final anecdote here is Tyler Perry, when he was 8 years old, was walking to school. Okay, he was walking to school and his mother always told him, do not talk to anyone as you head to school because it was in a shanty part of town. Drug dealers, prostitutes, don't talk to anyone. Well, on this particular day, he was walking across the street and there was a man who was blind asking everyone, can you please help me cross the street? Can you please help me cross the street? And no one would help this blind man out. Tyler, 8 years old, he's like, I'm not supposed to help anyone. I'm not supposed to talk to anyone. But in his spirit, he said, let me help this man cross the street. He helps him cross the street. The man says, thank you so much. He doesn't even talk to him as if he's an 8-year-old boy. He talks to him like he's a grown man, and he said, thank you for helping me cross the street. It was in that moment, Tyler Perry coming over and bringing his friend Oprah Winfrey to me and helping me cross the street of going national. It was in that moment that he helped me cross the street and so many other people as he opened up this huge studio making history.
Yeah, that was like one of my favorite stories. You know, his message was, you know, when you can help somebody cross, help them cross.
Yes.
So yeah, that is awesome.
I love them so much.
Yeah,
but
I know
you'll meet people
awesome.
like that. In your career, there are going to be those stories where you're like, I will never forget. And it's a testimony you got to share with the world.
Absolutely. I need Tyler to come on this show too, and Oprah.
Tyler, Oprah,
Get that plug. Yeah, come on now.
bring them up.
We waiting on you. So you created the A scene. Talk about how did you get this created?
Okay, so I was always interested in entertainment news. I love entertainment news, and mind you, this is my hometown. I came back 10 years later after 18, so about 9 years later after I had already done high school and whatnot and finished college. And I got the opportunity to cover entertainment here, and I said, okay, well, there's no segment for entertainment here. Okay, well, let's call it something. And my bosses, they were like, do whatever you want. They were like, you have so much autonomy here. So I called it Lights Camera Atlanta at first, but that was too wordy and it didn't fit in a hashtag. Gotcha. So they were like, I'm dead serious, this is what they said. So we sat in that room over there and they were like, well, let's see if we can back this and call it something. So I presented a PowerPoint to my general manager and my news director and said, these are the different groups here in Atlanta that care about entertainment. You have music, movies, film, animation, visual effects, all these small realms here. And they're like, huh, so I'm building my case, right? Using those lawyer jobs. So I'm like, this is why you need to have a segment, right? Yeah. And this is the community that cares about it. These are the departments that are already around, the Film Commission and the Department of music, entertainment, and digital. And so doing that, they were like, okay, we like this idea. Let's call it something. So my bosses, the higher up bosses, they were like, let's call it the A scene. I was like, cool, that works for me. The A scene, sure. Within months of creating the A scene, we were sent to the Emmys in Los Angeles by my bosses, by my station, which is the first time a station was ever sent to the Emmys to cover, because we had so many different Atlanta productions, right? So the show Atlanta on FX, we also had The Walking Dead in the running, Stranger Things was in the running. Exactly, so we were there in Los Angeles to cover it all, and within months of that, I got my first Emmy, my second Emmy, and then my third Emmy, all in the same night. Mom and Dad right there watching June 15th. I'll never forget it.
Yeah, wow. I mean, 3 Emmys, like, that's huge.
It's crazy. But again, it's all because you have to wait on your time. You can't rush anything. You have to go through some things. You have to understand yourself. And then I think right now it's you learning your voice in your industry. What is your tone? How are you going to be different? Again, we're all created on this earth like snowflakes. There's no snowflake that's the same. Each one of us is different. And when I was listening to, I'd listen to aspirational videos or affirmations and motivational videos. Les Brown is one of my favorites. And he said something around the lines of, when you were born, God knew that there was something that the world needed and the world was missing. And so that's where you come in. There's a reason why you're here. It's not just because you were the sperm and egg and you just popped out. There's a reason why you were the one who was chosen to come to this earth, because you have something to deliver. You have something to give it. And so I'm just proud of what we've been able to create in such a short amount of time. And people say they're inspired by me, but I'm inspired by so many people who are like you. A sophomore, Georgia State University, you have your own production company with your family, you have your own show, and again, you're not waiting for anyone to say yes or okay to you. You're saying, this is what I want to do. I have this village right here, this village backing me. And I'm going to go ahead and do it. And you're going to keep doing it until you get money, until you get billions, which you will. You will.
Claiming it.
You see that? Tyrik Wynn Studios.
I love
right?
it.
Right? The next, well, not even the next Tyler period, because I don't like to say the next, because you're your own person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I just think, thank you so much for coming on the show, and thanks you had some good stories. We had a great time on the show, and just to hear your testimony, how you came about doing this, and then just how you, not having that job offer for those several months. Now you came out, and look at you now. Continue
to persist. Continue to believe. And as I head into almost my 30s, I'll be 30 in May, I realized that manifestation is real. Yeah. That's what I think I have realized going into this new decade. Manifestation, you have to say it out loud several different times. You have to feel it, you have to breathe it, and you have to smell it. So if you see yourself, what's your dream job?
To have my own station, my own studio. I want to have it all.
And you close your eyes and you see your employees walking around. You hear yourself having conversations with them. You see yourself pitching this idea in board meetings. That's the manifestation of it. And you refute anything that's opposite of your hopes and your dreams. You refute anything. Because so many times I find that people are filled with such negativity. In fact, in 2020, I stopped following a bunch of celebrities. I stopped following a lot of different people because if anything, if I'm not comparing myself to them, then I'm seeing what they have or seeing the negativity that they're spewing. And so I'm only now aligning myself with positivity and people who are on the up and coming, because you will be shocked by how much we're into our own heads and how much negativity we feed our own selves. So again, manifestation, all 2020. It is the year of 2020. Clear vision, clear thoughts, and clear results.
Wow, yes, I like that. Manifest it, you have to claim it,
Amen.
You have to say it. Yeah, we preach on, we hear that every Sunday when we go to church, so definitely. So go ahead and give everybody your social media. Tell everybody where they can follow you, Fran TV host.
All right, folks, so that's, you just said it. So my social media account, I'm really big on Instagram. That's where I'll DM back and I'll respond and whatnot to the comments. Fran TV host on Instagram. And then on Twitter as well, Fran TV host as well. I'm always tweeting in the morning while I'm doing my show, Morning Rush ATL, which is the morning show right here at 11 Alive. And you can catch us every morning, Monday through Friday, right here in Atlanta on 11 Alive, 4:30 a.m. to 7 a.m.
Wow, so all right, so you guys heard it, so make sure you go follow her on all social media platforms, and thank you so much for coming on the show and allowing us to come to 11 Alive, and we wish you the best of luck in the future.
Thank you so much, Tyrik. I am rooting for you, I'm excited, and you are the future of journalism. Thank you.
Wow, that was an amazing experience to be able to go to 11 Alive News and the A Scene and sit down with Miss Francesca Amiker. She was a great person to be around, so loving, just so excited, just an exciting person to be around. And she is doing her thing, man. Let me tell you, she is getting those interviews and she is getting work done in the 11 Alive studios. So shout out to Miss Francesca Amiker and the 11 Alive staff. They were some awesome, welcoming people, some great people to be around, and hopefully some great people to work with in the future, because I applied for that internship and I'm hoping that I get it. Now it's time to get into On the Grind. This week's On the Grind feature is Miss Tamecia Shaheed from Harvest Time Tax Plus Financial Services. And in this interview, she's going to educate us on what she does at her business and how she can benefit us and help us out during tax time. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to go in Stockbridge, Georgia to Miss Tamecia Shaheed of Harvest Time Tax Plus Financial Services. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, I'm Tyrik Wynn. I'm an author, a talk show host, voiceover talent, actor, and entrepreneur. And I encourage you to go support my business, Wynn Productions LLC, where we specialize in video production and we can produce a fantastic video just for you and your business. Also, make sure you go check out my talk show, Tyrik on the Move TV. You can check that out on YouTube, Facebook, and the SCB TV network on Roku TV. And don't forget to go follow me on social media. And welcome to this special edition of On the Grind. We are here in Stockbridge, Georgia at Harvest Time Tax Plus Financial Services. And I'm sitting down with Miss Tamecia Shaheed. So tell me, we're here at your business. Can you tell me a little bit about Harvest Time Tax?
Sure. We're located in Stockbridge, Georgia, and we provide both in-person and virtual tax services for individuals and small businesses. We also do accounting work. We can help small businesses with their books, and we do audit assistance, and we also have some other products that we offer for early filers like refund advances.
Okay, so tell the audience a little bit how you got started.
So it's an interesting story. I originally, studied PR and went to school for communications. Graduated from Clark Atlanta University, and started working in corporate America, as they say, and initially, definitely enjoyed the experience, but realized it just wasn't going to be a long-term fit for me. I wanted to have more flexibility in my life. I wanted to, have the opportunity to have more control over my earnings as well. So definitely made a shift. Ended up taking a part-time job at a Liberty Tax Service after I left that job. Didn't expect to ever be in the accounting industry, but really enjoyed it, and I was fortunate enough to work for another entrepreneur in his practice, and he really inspired me to start my own business.
Wow, that's awesome, and congratulations on your business. I can see it's very successful, so yeah, definitely congratulations on that. So, we're actually doing this interview at the perfect time because tax time is literally right around the corner.
Absolutely. The official e-file start date is going to be January 27th this year. And we're already seeing clients who have their W-2 or 1099 information available because we're able to offer them a fast cash advance on their refunds. So we're already open.
Cool. Sounds good. So what is there anything in particular that people should do before they come to see you?
Yes. Particularly for businesses. Make sure that your books are closed out and they're clean and all of your numbers are accurate. We ask that our business owners bring in their P&L. And then if you itemize, say you have a mortgage, you have significant medical expenses, you have personal deductions, you definitely want to go ahead and start calculating those receipts up now and making sure that you can itemize, because that is one of the changes that occurred, with the 2018 tax reform, is that they've doubled the standard deductions. So I had a lot of people that were kind of taken aback when they could not itemize because they didn't have enough. So if you have any questions on that, definitely check the IRS's website so that you can see where you fall as far as the standard deduction.
Okay, sounds good. Now we hit on kind of like the tax part of your business. So talk about kind of like the financial services. What do you kind of do in that aspect?
Well, the financial service aspect is just more so managing our clients' books, providing the refund advances, and then, like I said, the audit assistance. I'm also a certified notary as well. So there are some other things that we're working on. We want to begin to start doing retirement planning and wealth building eventually for our clients.
Okay. Now, I always ask, this question to, various business owners. So your typical customer, and who would be a good reference for you?
Interesting. I honestly, we have a wide array of clients, and I honestly open the door to anyone who's looking for a certified, qualified, experienced professional to help them. So if you do have a tax need and maybe, you just don't feel like dealing with it, you just, would prefer to have someone handle it all for you, that would be an ideal client, or someone who has complicated taxes and, they, they definitely want to make sure that their taxes are accurate. That's another good area. And of course, small businesses definitely need someone who's qualified. Okay.
Now, go ahead and kind of tell everybody your contact information. How can people support your business, and how can people go ahead and get involved before, tax time rolls around?
Sure. You can reach us at virtualtaxrefund.com. We have online booking where you can select an appointment slot for us. We also provide a free initial consultation that you can book there, or you can give us a call at 678-288-4811. And we are open year-round to assist our clients by appointment. So just give us a call. We'd be glad to assist you.
Okay, and go ahead and give everybody your address as well.
Okay, and we are located at 165 Burke Street. It's Suite 101, Stockbridge, Georgia, 30281, and it's right across from the Henry County Tag Office.
Sounds good. And thank you so much for taking time out to sit down with me and be a part of the On the Grind segment. This is something great, and I'm glad people were able to hear your story and hear your words of wisdom. And so it's really important that people come out and people come out and support your business, because tax time is here. It's almost that time of year, so it's definitely good that we were able to get this done and get everybody to hopefully come out and support your business.
Definitely. I definitely appreciate you for having me. And everybody follow us on social media.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you all so much for tuning into this special edition of On the Grind. And don't forget, you too can be a part of On the Grind as well. Just send an email to winproductionsllc@gmail.com so we can get you on Tyrik on the Move.
Wow, I had a great time out at Harvest Time Tax Plus Financial Services with Miss Tamecia Shaheed. Thank you so much for taking time to come on the show and educate us about tax time. And don't forget, if you have a business out there and you're an entrepreneur, you too can be on the grind on Tyrik on the Move. Just send an email to winproductionsllc@gmail.com. Tell us a little bit about your business, and we can come to your location and feature you on the show for the On the Grind segment. Now we're going to take another quick commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to get into Tyrik's money tips, and then we're going to close out the show with your encouraging words. We'll see you soon. Everybody, I'm Tyrik Wynn. I'm an author, a talk show host, voiceover talent, actor, and entrepreneur. And I encourage you to go support my business, Win Productions LLC, where we specialize in video production, and we can produce a fantastic video just for you and your business. Also, make sure you go check out my talk show, Tyrik on the Move TV. You can check that out on YouTube, Facebook, and the SCB TV network on Roku TV. And don't forget to go follow me on social media. Welcome back, everybody. It's time to get into Tyrik's Money Tips. This is the part of the show where I educate you on how you can be financially savvy. Today's money tips is have 7 streams of financial income. And this is something that I've heard lots of wealthy people say, that they have multiple streams of income. And that is the way to make it. And that is the way to get where you want to be financially, is have multiple streams of income. So real estate is a really awesome one to have. If you gather up some rental properties, rent them out to some tenants, that's a stream of income. If you have your own business, another stream of income. Stocks is a stream of income. Right now, those stocks are low right now, so it's a good time to go ahead and start buying them, and that can be a stream of income. And other businesses that you may start can be a stream of income. So that's Tyrik's Money Tips, is have multiple streams of income so you can get to where you want to be financially. Now it's time to close out the show, but I can't leave you without giving you your encouraging words. Today's encouraging words comes from, it's Psalms 9:17, and it reads as follows from the King James Version. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come near thee. And the reason I chose that verse is because, the coronavirus, everybody's talking about it. You may be out there worried, but guess what? If you got God on your side, what are you worried about? You don't have to be worried. All you have to do is pray and meditate over that verse that I just read. 10,000 at thy right hand, but thou shalt not come near thee. And you have to believe it, you have to receive it, and you have to meditate on it. And hey, you are healthy and you are disease free. So meditate on that and pray over that, and you will be right with God and meditated, and hey, you will be healthy. Now it's time to close out the show. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this great episode of Tyrik on the Move, and I'll see you next week. And next week, let's go ahead and give a preview of next week. I'll be at the World of Coca-Cola. I'm going to do my intro, my outro, and everything from there. So the whole time we're there, we're going to be broadcasting from World of Coca-Cola here in Atlanta, Georgia. So make sure you all stay tuned for that next week.